this is a weird rumor that's flying around. Christopher Nolan from the Batman movies and other movies that you might have seen, it's rumored he's going to be doing a live-action Akira trilogy. The talk of an Akira live-action Hollywood movie has been in talks for a very long time, and usually it's pretty groan-worthy and awful and kind of just like the worst idea ever. At one point they were talking about turning Neo-Tokyo into Neo-Manhattan, and kind of the whole real central theme in Akira is that it's kind of like, it's, you know, post-nuclear Tokyo, like it's very deeply rooted in the fact that Japan has had a nuclear device detonated there.
Thanks for tuning into our comedy show.
Yeah, anyway, Christopher Nolan doing a trilogy?
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with that, and I didn't expect that one bit.
So let me ask you a question about the subject matter then, because I've seen the movie a bunch of times,
right.
But that's pretty much where my lineage stops, aside from like maybe having a few of the figures or toys.
Right.
Is there enough there to turn this into a trilogy, or is this like a Hobbit situation where they're stretching a short story out?
No, here's the thing. The Akira movie, if you haven't seen it, it's one of the best animated things ever made. You should go check it out. It's mind-blowing. Unfortunately, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it is basically the first third of the manga, which is like 2,000 plus pages, and it's incredibly complex, and it goes from basically being this like Blade Runner-esque biker movie to this crazy kind of post-apocalyptic Mad Max thing that's pretty much World War IV, I guess. Really, really cool. The manga pretty much just, it keeps going for like 4 volumes after the movie ends. The anime is really cool, really fun to look at, but as far as the story goes, it doesn't really have much room to breathe. Being able to take the whole comic and put that on a big screen over the course of 3 movies sounds pretty awesome to me, and I think Nolan is a guy who could pull it off really well because of his Batman movies. Batman Begins, he pretty much was pulling from Batman Year One, which was kind of a pretty straight-laced, kind of stripped-down Batman story.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight, he was pulling from simultaneously The Long Halloween, which was a kind of a more superhero-y sort of follow-up to Year One, as well as The Killing Joke, which had kind of the Joker in sort of his finest form. And then by the time he got to The Dark Knight Rises, he was pulling from The Dark Knight Returns, which is like basically alternate reality, super weird, futuristic kind of Reagan-era Batman, which honestly, if you told me that you could tie Year One with Dark Knight Returns, even though they're by the same author, Frank Miller, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But he managed to take his Nolan-verse and really just put on a new coat of paint and make it all cohesive.
So what you're saying is like our best case scenario here is he sort of takes this kind of patchwork approach to the source material and still makes it work.
Well, I think that he actually understands adaptation, which is a term that gets thrown around a whole lot, but like the whole idea of adaptation is you're taking something and putting it in a new situation and watching how it fits in. You know, it's making some compromises and really just kind of...
So who does Nolan get to play the main character? Going by his casting decisions, which is a very sort of like vertical line through the same bunch of people.
DiCaprio's actually wanted to do this for a while. Like he's talked about it for quite a while. So that's not, you know, not too much of a long shot. It would, if it's Nolan, we're going to see, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, probably Michael Caine.
Anne Hathaway.
Somewhere. Yeah. I like the idea of
Bane will just be in it.
Michael Caine being the colonel. Men, we're going to the Olympics. Nobody gets that. I've seen Akira too many times.
Michael Caine's actually going to play the motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anne Hathaway's going to be
Here's another good reason Nolan should do Akira. He made a real cool motorcycle in one of those Batman movies. There you go.
Really? That wasn't that cool.
It was pretty cool. The Batpod was awesome. It wasn't Kaneda's bike, but it was pretty cool.
Okay. I actually got really burned out by those movies.
Okay, fair enough.